and I am here at Laconia Public Library for Family Craft Time. Today we are making penguins, and I thought when I got up this morning it was the perfect day for making penguins because it was really cold this morning. When I took my dog outside, I was freezing, she was freezing. She's a little dog, she gets cold very easily, and it made me think it's the perfect day for penguins, so I'm really glad we're doing this today. So, these are the penguins we are going to be making today. They are on a watercolor background, and we're going to be gluing the pieces on, so there's going to be some painting, there's going to be some cutting and gluing, and I think these are going to be a fun project. So, if you came to the library to pick up one of our kits in the last week or so, I'm going to show you what was in the kit, but also I'll show you what you can use from your own house if you didn't get one of our kits, and there are a few pieces that didn't come in the kits that you'll probably want as well. So, if you got a kit, here's what we included. Some watercolor paints, a glue stick, a paintbrush, which I don't have right here, but I have my big paintbrush. We included a paintbrush in the watercolor kit, some instructions on how to make our penguins, and then this is just a plain white piece of paper. We're going to use this to make our iceberg that our penguin is going to stand on, and our white piece of paper to use as our background. And then a little envelope here that says penguin pieces, and this just has all of the penguin parts, the penguin body and eyes and feet, and some extra fun pieces that you can add. You can add whatever you want that you have in your own house. I just handed out a few of the things we had here at the library. And then the items that we didn't hand out in the kits that you'll need: a pair of scissors. We're just going to make, I think, maybe a couple of cuts, so you don't need scissors for very long, but scissors will come in handy. I also have a crayon here. You don't need to have a crayon. I might use a crayon on mine just to add a little bit of extras. And a cup with water for our watercolor. And then I have a napkin because I'm always messy. And I also have a newspaper to paint on. Oh, there's my other paintbrush. I also have a newspaper to paint on because watercolor water is wet, obviously, and it's going to go through your paper a little bit, so I'm putting it on the newspaper to paint with. So, let's get started. So, as you can see on this one, I painted lines across with the watercolors. So for this one, I'm going to paint maybe a little bit of a different scene in the back, but let's get started. So I am going to move the camera down here so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. I am going to start by opening my watercolors here. And then I'm grabbing my paintbrush and some water, and I'm just dipping my paintbrush in the water so I can get some color onto the paintbrush, because you need water to make watercolors work. That makes sense, right? All right, so I need to decide which colors I am going to use on this, and I am using this really, really thick paintbrush. I gave you guys paintbrushes that we had on hand, and they're a lot smaller. If you have a bigger paintbrush like this at home, that's better for sure. It will take a lot less time to paint. And if you want it to take a long time, then the smaller paintbrushes are better. So I think I am going to use some blue to start with. So I'm just going to grab some blue, and I'm just going to do mine in like kind of a circular pattern here in the corner. Just going to make circles all through because I think that will be fun. So every time I move to a new color, I'm going to put my paintbrush in the water, wash it off a little bit, and then move to the next color. So we're going to do some green. I love greens and blues. I am always a fan of anything green and blue because it reminds me of the ocean. And it works really well for penguins because they live in the ocean, right? Or they don't live in the ocean, they live near the ocean and they swim in the ocean. So we're gonna do some of that, add a little bit more green there. Watercolors are so much fun because you can make some cool patterns, and sometimes without even trying. I'm not great at painting, but whenever I paint with watercolor, it comes out looking so interesting. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to this. And I'm just making this fun, almost like a rainbow pattern here in a rainbow shape. And then it's gonna need to dry, so that's gonna take a while, but that's okay. We'll read a story in between. So then, you know what, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow here. Then we'll move on to another color. This part probably will take the longest. All right, let's go back to blue. My swipes are getting a lot bigger now as my paper gets bigger at this end. But I like the way it's coming out. I like how the blue kind of mushes into the yellow. I think it makes it a fun pattern. And then we're gonna move back to green and make more lines here. And you can do all one color if you want. You can do stripes that go across your page like this. You can do stripes that go up and down. You can do a little picture on the back if you want. You can make maybe a picture of an ocean or some mountains or just whatever your imagination comes up with. There are so many fun things you can do with watercolors. And then, now that you have these watercolors, if you didn't already have them at your house, there will be so many fun things you can paint with them. All right. Like I said, it will probably take you guys a little bit longer than it's taking me because I have this nice big paintbrush. It goes a lot faster with a big paintbrush. So I'm just going back and forth with these same three colors. You can use whatever colors you want. I just love blues and greens. You know what though? I think we need to add in one more color, right? This is getting a little boring, so I'm gonna add in some purple. Do some purple up here. Oh, and my green, or my blue is kind of coming down the side here, but that's okay. This is the fun thing about watercolors. Sometimes they kind of do whatever they want, which I like. I think that's cool. All right, there's a nice purple line. And then we're gonna add in a little bit more green. Oops. We're almost done. There we go. Pretty fun. I love the way these colors just kind of blend together. All right, and then I'm gonna do yellow for my last color. Blended with the green, so it's making kind of a greeny yellow. All right. So my newspaper is definitely soaked, so we're gonna get that out of the way here because this guy needs to dry. So this paper, because it's got water, because it's very wet, it's gonna need to dry for a little while. So we're gonna get that out of the way, and I'm gonna read a story while we wait for this to dry a little bit. And chances are it's not gonna be fully dry by the time we're ready to glue. That's okay. So I thought we would read a penguin story because, you know, that makes sense, right? We definitely want to read a penguin story when we're doing a penguin craft. So I found this fun penguin book in our children's collection, and you can always check out almost anything that we read here at the library. So you can call us if this sounds like something you'd like to read at your house. You can give us a call and we can put it outside for you, or you can come pick it up. So this book is called One Cool Friend. It's by Tony Buzzio, and let's get back to working on our penguins. And I can tell you my painting, which I'll show you right side up, is not completely dry yet. So yours probably isn't either, but I like how it looks. I'm excited to put a penguin on it, but I can't put a penguin on it yet. So I will tell you, I did make a different background last week so that I would make sure to have a nice dry one today to show you guys. So this is the one, oops, which side are we on here? This is the one I painted last week, so I'm going to use this as my background because I wanted to make kind of a a little bit of a sunset kind of scene. So this is going to be my background for my penguin today. And then I am going to do a few things here. I am going to start out by making my iceberg. So my iceberg I want to be pretty big because I want my penguin to fit on it. So I'm just going to kind of cut out sort of a flat line across the top, maybe a little bit curved. And then I'm going to make it kind of wavy on the bottom. And then a little curvy here. So this is what mine looks like, kind of like a cloud, but with a flatter side. And then it's going to go on my paper like this. So maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller so you can see more of my paper. All right. And then if you want to draw on it, you can. So I am going to make, I'll show you this after, I'm going to make a line across and then just some little lines down just to make it look a little bit more 3D. So this is how my little ice flow looks. And then I'm going to glue that onto my paper. So here's my paper. I'm going to bring my camera down so you can see. And I'm going to glue it onto the bottom. So I'm going to take my glue stick and then add some glue here. And then we're just going to glue that right onto the bottom to the part that looks like water. All right, so next up we're going to get out our penguin pieces. So maneuver things around here a little bit so you might be able to see a little better. All right, so here's everything that came in the envelope. So we've got, got some hidden pieces here. There are a couple of very small pieces in these envelopes that might be hard to find, so make sure you empty it all the way. So we are going to start by putting together our penguin. So we need this piece. This is the big penguin body. We need this white piece. This is the piece that goes like this. So let's glue that on first. Oops. I'm going to glue this little white shape. And then we're going to glue it to the bottom of the penguin in the middle, just like this. So it looks like, so it looks like that. Can you see him getting started? Right, and then we are going to add eyes, and you can find eyes in your envelope, or you can just cut 2 white circles, just like that. And then we're going to add glue to the back of those. And we're going to put one here. And then we're going to do one more. And we're going to put that right there. And there are our two penguin eyes, but now he needs the little black pupils that go inside, right? So his eyes can look like real eyes. So you should in your envelope have 2 little black circles, or you can cut out 2 little black circles. I used black construction paper. And then we're gonna glue one little eye pupil there, and the other little eye pupil there. You can put them anywhere. You can make him look off to the side, or look up, or look down. You can do all kinds of fun things with those eyes. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, you will find in your packet this black oval, or you can cut a black oval if you don't have one. And then I'm just gonna cut it in half. This is gonna be our wings. So we're gonna cut this in half, and it makes 2 penguin wings. So we are gonna glue them onto our penguin right here, kind of below the eyes. Oops. I just had some friends stop by, so we're going to see if they want to come say hi really quickly. I'm going to put on my mask. Do you guys want to come say hi? I'm doing a Facebook program. Do you want to say hi on Facebook? Is that okay? look, you'll see yourself in the camera. Do you want to come see? I have some friends here with me, and I think they're going to do our craft a little bit later, but they just stopped by the library, so they're coming in to say hi. Can you say hi, Grayson? Can you say hi? And then there's Amelia, and I think Liliana's off on the side. I don't think she feels like being on the camera. If you guys watch this later, you'll see yourselves on the camera. Isn't that cool? There she is. Hi, Liliana. Are you guys going to make penguins later? Yeah? See, we're making one right now. Isn't that fun? I'm glad you guys stopped by today. It's so nice to see you. Hey, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye. I'm so glad we had friends stop by. That was so much fun. So, all right. Thank you guys for sticking with me. We are going to finish our penguin here, and I am going to put my camera back down so you can see the rest of this. So we are going to glue on our wings. There we go. There's one wing. And you can put his wings wherever you want. They can face however you want. We're just going to glue the back here. And there's the other wing there. You can have them out a little bit so he's getting ready to fly. All kinds of fun things you can do. So the next thing I'm going to glue on is the beak. We're just going to use our orange triangle that came in your kit, or you can cut an orange triangle. And we're going to glue that right below his eyes. All right. Ooh, he's stuck on there. I forgot. I forgot we need to glue him all at once. All right. So there's our penguin so far. He's looking like a penguin. And then, let's see, we want to glue his little feet on first. So we are going to just glue the very bottoms here onto the back of our penguin. There's one. And then there's the other one. All right, and then our penguin is ready to glue all the way on our scene here, I believe. I think we got everything, right? Okay, so we are going to glue his whole body. Including the wings that I already glued. Hopefully you guys are a little bit behind and didn't glue his wings onto the page yet. And then we're going to glue him on top of his little iceberg. And I'm going to glue him down a little bit farther so that I can glue a hat or something on here if I want. But he could be done just as he is right now. So put this up a little bit. And there he is. But my penguin looks like he needs a hat. You could use some mittens. There are all kinds of fun things you could do with your penguin. I'm going to add couple of things here. Let's see. My penguin looks like he wants a green hat. So I am just going to cut, you know what? You can cut whatever shape you want. I'm just going to do a round hat because that's the kind of hat I know how to cut. So I am just doing this hat, and I am going to leave enough room at the top so I can do a little pom-pom because I put some pom-poms in the kits, but I'm making it about that big. Might make it a little bit smaller, so that I have room to put that pom-pom on the top. All right. So I'm going to glue on my penguin's hat right onto the top of his head. It was so nice to have friends come and visit. Thank you, Burho family, for coming to see me. Sometimes, recently, we don't get to see a lot of kids in the library because of the things that are going on these days. So I'm always extra happy when we get to see families in here. All right, so there's the hat, but it definitely needs something else, doesn't it? It needs a pom-pom. So let's see, purple or pink? I think purple. We're gonna do purple. So I am going to glue just a little spot right here on the hat, and we're gonna plop the pom-pom right on there. Might not stick super well to begin with, but we'll put lots of glue on there and hope it stays. There we go. And then I think we need something else because this hat looks too plain to me. So we are going to put on a ribbon. Do we want a blue ribbon or a pink ribbon? Oh, I think the pink one looks fun. So we're gonna do the pink ribbon here. We're gonna cut off a section just big enough to go across the hat here. Just need to cut a little bit more. And then we're gonna glue it on. And I'm gonna glue it on right there just so it makes a cute little brim on the hat. So we're gonna glue it across the hat here. There we go. And here's how it's looking. Kind of fun, right? There are so many things that you can add to this. You can make some lines on the hat if you want. I might do that when I get done here. You can, oh, that's right, we said we were gonna add mittens, right? So let's see, maybe some blue mittens, since I have a little blue piece of paper here. And if you got one of our kits, you should find a couple of different colors of blue, a couple of different colors of paper. So I am just gonna make some little round mittens. I'm gonna make two that are the same size. So I just cut just this little simple shape. It's the same shape as the penguin, right? And then I'm gonna put it right up next to my paper and cut another one the exact same shape. All right, so there we have two little mittens. And then I'm just gonna glue them onto my penguin's wings because penguins deserve to have nice warm wings too, right? All right, so let's put some glue on those. And there's one mitten. Oh, this penguin is looking so warm. All right, and then the last thing I'm gonna do, because I have this crayon right here, and if you have a crayon, you can decorate the background too if you want. So I think I'm just gonna make some little snowflakes because our penguin lives where it's cold. So I'm gonna just make a few little snowflakes just kind of flying through the air. We haven't had many snowstorms here, have we, this year? We had one very, very big snowstorm, and then we haven't had that much snow. So now that I've said that, it's gonna snow a lot, but hopefully not too much because I don't like that much snow. All right, there we go. I think we're all done. I think. What do you guys think? I think this was such a fun project to do. Lots of cutting, some coloring, some fun painting, and I will definitely recommend if you have that bigger paintbrush, it really helps because the paintbrushes I gave you were teeny tiny and they will take a long time to paint. But if you love painting and if you love taking a long time to paint, then they're perfect for you. So anyway, that is our penguin craft. We have 2 story times this week. This week is so short because we had a holiday yesterday, but we have story time on Wednesday. Gail will be doing story time for you. And then Thursday, I will be doing the story time, and we are going to be doing squirrel story time because it's National Squirrel Appreciation Day on Thursday. How perfect. So we're gonna read stories about squirrels. And then we have a couple of fun crafts coming up in February too, which is gonna get here faster than we think, I think. So we will be having a flamingo craft. That one is gonna be really fun. And then Gail will be making some really cool bird feeder crafts with bird seed and peanut butter. So that'll be a great craft too. And I hope you guys join us for both of those. We're gonna have so much fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun making this craft. I hope you do too. I think we have maybe 2 more craft kits left in the library. So if you're really quick and you would like a craft kit, you can give us a call. After that, I don't think we'll have any left. So if you want them, call quickly. The phone number here is 524-4775, and you can call extension 12. Or you can email us too. So anyway, my penguin and I say, I hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.